Back in the day, Disney Junior had kids all the way up. From Doc McStuffins to Sophia the First, the lineup was full of shows that didn't just babysit the kids, they raised them. But in 2016, Disney dropped a show that was royalty, magic, sword fights, and Latina excellence all in one, and that's where we found the cartoon show Elena of Avalor. So Disney really gave us a Latina princess with magic powers, a kingdom to rule, and a whole TV show. Then she quietly disappeared, no hype, no merch, barely any love, and y'all forgot about her just like that? Elena of Avalor had the potential to be big, but something happened behind the scenes that changed everything. So what went wrong and why does no one talk about her anymore? Let's get into it. Elena of Avalor first aired on Disney Channel on July 22nd, 2016 with a special preview episode. Then it moved over to Disney Junior for its regular run, especially since it was targeted more toward younger kids. The very first episode dropped on July 22nd, 2016, and it ran until August 23rd, 2020. It came out just a few years after Sophia the First, and some folks even remember that Elena made her first appearance in that show, in the special episode called Elena and the Secret of Avalor, so technically she was part of the Disney princess lineup. The show low-key had everything. This princess was out here fighting monsters, running a whole kingdom, and dealing with family drama. The show followed Princess Elena Castillo Flores, a 16-year-old who had just escaped a magical amulet that trapped her for 41 whole years. So, while she was in there, her kingdom, Avalor, was taken over by an evil sorceress named Shiriki. But when Elena finally got out, she stepped right back into that throne room ready to fight for her people and clean up the mess Shiriki left behind.
The time has come to pay for your crime.
The show used CGI animation, that's computer-generated animation, kind of like what you see in shows like Sophia the First, which makes sense since Elena is a spin-off. But it wasn't super realistic like Pixar movies. It had a stylized, colorful, and soft 3D look that was made to appeal to younger audiences since they like bright colors, big expressive eyes, smooth character movements, and backgrounds that looked like magical storybook settings. The animation was handled by Icon Creative Studio based in Canada, and they really leaned into that Latinx-inspired fantasy world with castles, glowing spirit animals, magical artifacts, and vibrant scenery that looked like a blend of Spanish colonial style and Mesoamerican culture. In my opinion though, it wasn't top-tier cinema level, but for a Disney Junior show, it was high quality, clean, and visually rich, especially during action or musical scenes. You know Disney doesn't play when it comes to that merch. Elena got the full treatment. Dolls, costumes, storybooks, DVDs, lunchboxes. If your niece had a birthday party in 2018, chances are there was an Elena cake somewhere in the room. Even Disney Parks brought her in. Elena was out here in full costume taking pics with fans at Disney World. They even had a little coronation ceremony in the park when she was added to the official princess lineup. And let's not forget the Sophia the First crossover. That special episode where Sophia helped release Elena from the amulet, that one set everything in motion. It was like the MCU crossover of Disney Junior. Now look, Disney got a lot of princesses. Cinderella, Belle, Ariel, all them girls. But Elena stood out from all of them. For one, she was Disney's first Latina princess. That was big. The show leaned heavily into Latin American culture. From the music, to the names, to the food, to the architecture of the kingdom. They had maracas in the soundtrack, magical jaguars flying around, and even the food in the show was based on real Latin dishes.
Sugar, cinnamon, honey. We have all the ingredients to make my famous calabaza en tacha. Except...
Calabaza.
Let's talk about the characters in the show because every single one of them was wilder than the last. Let's start with my most favorite, Gabe Nunez. He was part of the Royal Guard and also had a lil crush on Elena, but every time he tried to get out of the friend zone, Elena reminded him of his place. Elena Castillo Flores. She was the star of the show, brave, bold, and always trying to do right by her kingdom. Elena had a strong heart and a good head on her shoulders, but she was still young, so sometimes she messed up, but that's what made her real. Next up we have Naomi Turner, Elena's bestie. She wasn't from Avalor originally, but she was loyal, smart, and always down to ride for Elena. Mateo de Alva, this boy was the royal wizard. Goofy, sweet, and just trying to figure stuff out. His grandma was also a powerful magic user. It's so common in the Latina culture, so he carried on the family tradition. Let's not forget about Skylar, that big magical jaguar with wings. Yeah, that's Skylar. He was Elena's ride or die, always pulling up when things got too crazy. How could I forget about the traitor of the show, Esteban? He was Elena's cousin. Oh, now this man was a whole walking plot twist. At first he seemed loyal to Elena and the kingdom, but then it came out that he helped Shiriki take over the kingdom.
Entries through the city. Yes, and then we can rule Avalor together. Shiriki.
But the show actually let him grow and try to make up for it. Isabel, Elena's little sister, a young inventor who stayed building something. Always curious, always smart. And let's not forget Shiriki, the evil sorceress who basically started all the chaos. She was evil with a capital E. No jokes with her. She wiped out Elena's parents and took the crown. Elena had beef with her forever. One of my favorite episodes of the show was called The Festival of Lights. The episode starts when Princess Isabella, Elena's younger smart sister, tries to show the whole family of her new invention. So this matching was supposed to like make small holes in paper, something like that. So you have to turn the cranks, insert the proclamations, and then you need to have like a small circle. But this time the matching didn't work as supposed and the family was confused, like what the heck is that? Just when the sister was explaining that she can fix it, Elena saw a ship in trouble. The next scene shows Princess Rebecca, her brother Prince Ali, and her grandmother Bubby. They're from a faraway kingdom called Galonia, and they were on their way home to celebrate Hanukkah, a traditional Jewish holiday, when the storm struck them. So Princess Elena tried helping them by pulling the boat towards their direction, but they were barely moving. The water was filling the boat, and Ali began to panic, so he suggested that they should swim. But there was a problem. Bubby couldn't swim that when Princess Rebecca decided to improvise a bridge from the boat because that was the only way. Elena immediately offers the palace as a temporary home until their ship can be repaired. The Galonian royals are grateful but also worried. They won't make it home in time for the start of Hanukkah. Princess Elena, ever curious and welcoming, invites them to celebrate Hanukkah in Avalor. This opens up an opportunity for cultural exchange as Elena and her family begin to learn about the Festival of Lights. Over the next few scenes, Rebecca and her family explain the traditions of Hanukkah to Elena's family. They talk about the miracle of the oil that lasted 8 days. They show how to light the menorah, one candle for each night. They explain the dreidel game and its symbolism. They prepare traditional food like latkes, potato pancakes, and sufganiyot, jelly donuts. This was Rebecca teaching Elon about all that in a song, just atypical Disney show. Anyway, there was a problem. The Galonians' menorah sunk with the ship and it was there for ages, so it kinda made Rebecca sad. Meanwhile, Prince Ali and Princess Isa were making dreidel from scratch, and it turned out pretty good. So Prince Ali explains to Isa how Bubby had her Hanukkah for a long time and now it's gone, but Princess Isa tells him that they can make one just like they made the dreidels. Just then, the two princesses got news that some few crates have been rescued, so they decided to go take a look. Maybe they will find Bubby's Hanukkah. But to their surprise, it was broken into pieces, but it was not much of a worry because they said they will stick the broken pieces together with glue. Just when they were done, Prince Ali also presented his homemade Hanukkah, but he felt it was of no use because they already found the original Hanukkah. So the team were to make Hanukkah gelt. Basically, it was just chocolate but wrapped in some gold proclamation, and Princess Isa got her time to shine with her machine, and surprisingly, it actually worked. So they started preparing lots of Hanukkah gelt and the other foodstuffs while setting the table, but Princess Rebecca wanted everything to be so perfect without any flaw, because she wanted to give her grandmother the best Hanukkah festival, and in the process, she ruined everything. Even the Hanukkah that was previously broken into pieces was now broken into many more pieces, so she had no choice but to come clean to her grandmother, and this kinda made Bubby sad, so she excused herself together with Prince Ali. Just when Princess Rebecca thought she ruined everything, Bubby and Prince Ali came back holding the Hanukkah that Ali had made earlier, and they were actually happy and proud of Rebecca. As the sun was setting, the two families enjoyed the Festival of Lights together. The end. Yeah, the show was for kids, but the cast list was top tier if you ask me, because firstly we had Jenna Ortega, who voiced Princess Isabel. Yes, the same Jenna who's now Netflix's Wednesday, is out here thriving. Back then, she was the smart little sister. Now she's goth and deadpan. We love versatility anyway. Amy Carrero was the one who voiced Elena. She was already known for roles on TV, but this one put her on the map. Her voice brought so much power and warmth to the character. So let me know if you grew up watching this or it was just always playing in the background. Let me know your favorite episode down in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe.